Okay, now for your portfolio pieces. And let's be honest, there's not a lot of ways to visually show your work on Upwork other than your portfolio. Sure, you can attach things to a proposal, but at the end of the day, people are going to be looking at your portfolio. So where can we go get some inspiration for what our portfolios should have in them? Well, how about graphic designers? You would think graphic designers should have pretty good portfolios out there. So let's take a look at Christopher here. Christopher is one of the top-rated graphic designers out there. He has a good work history, and of course, he has a good portfolio down here. There's a lot that I like in this. The fact that his designs are very simple. I can see what they are. They're very descriptive. This is a report design. This is brand identity design. Again, you would hope a graphic designer could do a very good job with his actual portfolio piece. But let me show you something else that I really think that a lot of people are forgetting to do when they're adding portfolio in. Notice that he has this job that he did, and he did this piece. In other words, when you're adding your portfolio to Upwork, you can assign it to a job that you did. So now when a client is clicking on it, they can actually go in and see the work in more detail. So in this case, here's a white paper report design. So he designed, I guess, the cover. He put in his information right here. He got a 5-star on there. Again, not bad at all. I can visually see it. Oh, that looks very nice. Oh my word, that's very, very cool. So in other words, this is something that you really, really, really want to do, is that as you are doing work on Upwork, attach a portfolio piece in the job right there so that a client can go and see this 5-star rating and they can see the work that you got a 5-star on. So even though he has a lot of portfolio pieces, you'll notice that most of the jobs he hasn't put in related portfolio pieces. And I think that's kind of a missed opportunity right there. The other thing that kind of strikes me is that obviously visually these are very stunning, but I want to make sure that you're putting in all your skills, right? Take every opportunity to fill something in on Upwork, especially on your portfolio. So how can we do a portfolio description? Well, it's pretty simple. Client had X problem. I did Y things to result in Z success. That's kind of the formula that you use. What is the project description? Client needed a brochure design. I used Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to design this up. The client was able to produce 10,000 copies for a conference and received rave reviews, right? Boom. That's really just the format you want for your description. And then, of course, skills, take every advantage to put skills in there. Now, the reason I say all this is because there is an SEO benefit on Upwork. They are crawling this information. So make sure you take advantage of all that information. And then, of course, you can also put text in here. So if you take a look how we do our portfolio for Daniel over here, you'll notice that in Daniel's portfolio, we make sure that all of our imagery is consistent. Okay, I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, but you know that we built this stuff because it says that we built it, and it all looks visually very, very similar. Another thing that we really try to focus on is we want to take advantage of everything they have for us to fill in. So we take advantage of the description, we put in every single skill related to this, and then of course we use visuals all over the place simply because when you're building mobile apps, interface really does matter. And we want this to be something that is consistent, looks like it came from us, and is visually appealing so they know we have attention to detail when it comes to visual design. We also, of course, take advantage of the text opportunity. Again, just be thinking, no one's going to read it. Don't worry. No one's going to read it. But you know who does read it? The search engine. So put it on there. So as you're coming in, there's the Proxys app that we did. This was a project that we did on Upwork, and you'll notice that we put in lots of details about this so they could see what it is. We probably should have put in some more skills, but you'll just notice lots and lots of visuals, and of course our 5-star rating that we received on this particular project. So when you look at this portfolio, I think you will see that this is fundamentally professional in the way that we approach it. So how do you build your own visual images? Well, you're going to write your own text right here. You're going to take care of that. But let's go ahead and take a look at the link below, which is a Canva file that we've created up for you. So we actually created up a Canva file that you can make a copy of. And we have different backgrounds that kind of make it easy for you to put your visual on there. So let's say you're a project manager and you need to put a screenshot of Monday.com on there. Well, a lot of times people just put Monday.com screen grab on there. No, what I would say is, why don't you find a background that matches your personal aesthetic and then put that screenshot on a computer somewhere and then put the name of what you did. What was the project that you worked on? What's a short description? And include your name and or brand and or logo on there because you want people to say, wow, this person knows what they're doing. This person looks professional. I can see that they've done something with Monday.com. Let me click on that image. Oh, this is what they did. So as they're perusing your different capabilities, they can go through and quickly say, okay, this guy looks, or this gal looks like they know what they're doing. They have very good work. Oh, look at all that. That looks very, very nice. And it really helps you stand out from the competition. I mean, if we look at some of the other people in here, I just pulled this one up, Carrie. Carrie looks like a very pleasant, nice person. Looks like she has some design skills, but look at her portfolio pieces, right? The portfolio pieces, short description, not a lot of skills in there. She included the images, which is very nice, and it looks, visually stunning. I think that's kind of a cool aesthetic. But I don't know a lot about the background on it. Did she do it? Did somebody else do it? Notice that these images kind of look disconnected, right? They don't look like they came from the same source. For instance, how do I know somebody didn't copy and paste this? I'm not saying she did, but I don't know that this was original work. So when you have a consistent aesthetic with a good background, then it really just shows I'm a professional. This is my work. I have branded it, and you can use that watermark or something on there. Again, let's take advantage of the description there. What was the problem? What did they need? They needed X. I did Y. They got Z results. Let's talk about the skills that I did. You've done great work here. This is first class. I love it. But let's go ahead and put a little bit more effort into it because, again, look at all these designers I'm competing with. There's a lot of designers out there. And I would like to be able to say, oh, okay, did this designer, Esmeralda here, where's her portfolio pieces for the jobs she's worked on? Wait a minute, why isn't that in there? Let's see if Pravna, does he have any portfolio pieces? No, he's obviously worked on a lot of projects, but I haven't seen any of his portfolio work. Wait a minute, let's take a look at this person. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You see what I'm getting at? There's an opportunity being missed. It's very simple. When you create up your portfolio tied to an existing project or a project that you've done. So when clients are looking at it, much like Christopher over here, I can come down here and I can say, oh, let's take a look at this guy. Hey, what is the work that he's done? Wait a minute. He has no portfolio pieces tied to his individual projects. Maybe Christopher. Yeah, let's take a look at Christopher. Oh, he does have one. Pretty cool, huh? That's my point. You want to stand out from everyone else. Create a portfolio tied to work that you've done, and you have already beaten most of the people that you're competing with. And if you put in enough detail, clients will appreciate that extra effort.